PSG beat Liverpool 4-1 on penalties. And, well, the game was interesting. Liverpool, they should have done better. A lot of people saying Arne Slot was the reason for the loss. And to be fair, I will give you that. Arne Slot definitely did do quite a lot in helping Liverpool, in helping PSG actually get that win. In the first half, honestly, Liverpool were looking really good. They're looking really good. It's kind of like the same with PSG. So it was just crazy because it's completely different from what we saw at the Parc des Princes. But in the second half, it was like PSG started to attack more. They got more aggressive, and you could see that they didn't want this really to go to extra time, nor did they want it to go to penalties. Yet it still went to that point. Yes, both Liverpool and PSG got kind of unlucky. PSG hit posts, and well, Liverpool also hit posts with that one Kwanzaa header as well. Kind of rolled on the line, but in extra time, it was all PSG. Liverpool, I felt like, wanted to push it out to penalties. And that's very, very weird for me, because Liverpool acted like they wanted to push it out to penalties. They were defending more, they didn't want to go up to attack, which is okay. But then, in the second half of extra time, Arne Slot decided to start subbing off our great pen takers. He left on Salah, but he took off McAllister, he took off Dom, and he took out Luis Diaz. I don't know what Slot was thinking by trying to go to pens, but then taking off our best pen takers. It just doesn't sit right with me. Meanwhile, PSG didn't want to go to pens, and it looks like the results happened the exact other way. PSG dominated on penalties. It could have probably gone differently if maybe Kelleher was in net instead of Alisson, because that one Vitinha penalty that they put in should not have happened. Alisson should have saved that quite easily. Don't know how that even went in, but it could have changed the perspective of the whole game. If PSG would have missed, it would have gave Liverpool more confidence and PSG less confidence. Hence, maybe Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones, the ones who missed the penalty, wouldn't have actually missed it. And it's just so weird to think about what Slot was thinking when he put up two youngsters, and one of them, which is being Darwin Núñez, who hasn't performed well. He's Donnarumma, a good penalty saver. I just don't understand what Slot was thinking when he puts up Núñez and Curtis Jones to take a pen. Curtis Jones, maybe, but why put up Darwin Núñez? I don't know if he's the one who volunteered or not, but if he wanted to help his case, this certainly isn't helping it. The amount of hate that he's going to get from this is pretty crazy. So what does this mean? What does the wins and losses mean? Well, PSG go on to face what is most likely going to be Aston Villa, which PSG, honestly, in my opinion, should just demolish Aston Villa. They only need to play half as good as they did against PSG, both legs, in order to beat Aston Villa. Aston Villa are a team who's about 10th in the Premier League. They are pretty solid. They've proven it multiple times. They qualified for Champions League last year. But they just haven't really delivered this year at all. And PSG are on fire right now. I mean, their attack is one of the best in Europe. I mean, it's got Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola, who are absolutely on fire. Three good attackers who know how to pass the ball. They know how to shoot, right? We didn't see this with Kylian Mbappe before. But as he left, PSG, Enrique has kind of molded PSG into an actual team and not just given the ball to Mbappe. Because before, PSG's strat was just, here, I don't care who you are, pass the ball to Mbappe, he'll go and score. Now, it's just pass it to anyone, and they will score. And it's a good setup that PSG really has here. In the semifinals, though, they could face the likes of Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, or Real Madrid. Depends really, for me, what happens on the Real Madrid-Atletico Madrid game, the Madrid derby, playing in Atletico's home stadium. And overall, you can't really think about this either way, because if Real Madrid beat Atletico, which is most likely going to happen, they are most likely going to beat PSG. But if Atletico wins, then PSG, I feel like, would have more chance to go to the finals, which is crazy, because PSG have never won a Champions League. And that is a crazy fact. Now, what's going to happen to Liverpool? I'm not really sure what's going to happen to Salah. His Ballon d'Or dreams could just go away right now, right then, with that loss. My second candidate would be Rafinha, and I feel like if Rafinha and Barcelona would go to at least the semifinals, especially the finals, Rafinha's taking home the Ballon d'Or. I want to see Salah win the Ballon d'Or, but let's be real here. Going out in the round of 16 in the Champions League is just not where you want to go out with, and it's just, yeah, especially since the performance, like over 210 minutes of football, and well, Salah just didn't really have an impact on any of the two legs against PSG. The only person who I was actually satisfied with on the attack, both legs, was Luis Diaz, but I felt Luis Diaz came in clutch in the second leg, but he still missed a lot of chances, and if Liverpool would have taken those chances, they could have won this game right here. Now Liverpool, it's Arne Slot, his first season, everyone was expecting Liverpool to win the Champions League, but also not at the same time. Liverpool are going to be fine after this. They got in Carabao Cup finals, going up against Newcastle on Sunday. And, well, they're winning the Premier League by 15, 16 points against Arsenal. And Arsenal have bottled the league so much that Liverpool could literally play the most defending, crappy game in all of football for the rest of the season, and they would still win the Premier League. I mean, Arsenal have bottled it so much. They drew to Man United, and at this point, they might as well just change their club badge to be a bottle, because they're a flippin' bottle jobs. There's nothing else you could say about this. So yeah, Liverpool could have a chance pulling in 2 trophies. Meanwhile, PSG, they're just going to try and focus on the Champions League. Like, Ligue 1 is out of the question. We knew PSG was going to win Ligue 1 the moment that the new season began. The moment where every single team was on 0 points, we knew PSG was gonna do it, because Ligue 1 is just not a competitive league. It's not really. You just see PSG winning almost every single time. So yeah, PSG probably going to focus on the Champions League, and I think they're going to go out in the semifinals. But when they do lose, and if they lose, it's not going to be. They're not going to go down without a fight. Like, when they lose, it's going to be such the slimmest margins, like they did against Liverpool here. And it's absolutely crazy performance. In extra time, in the 90 minutes that they played from regular time, I feel like it was kind of even. More PSG, but kind of even. In extra time, there was only one team on the pitch, and that was PSG. PSG took over the game so much, and yes, you could argue that one goal that Dembele scored in the 12th minute, it was a lucky goal, but they had to make that situation happen in the first place. And yes, while it is kind of unlucky for Liverpool, it's a goal, and PSG deserved the goal, especially after that first leg performance. Kind of unlucky goal to concede, but that's the world of football. But hey, tell me where you think PSG are going to finish in the Champions League today. Goodbye.